Hello, everyone. In reviewing the ACA guidelines, it is evident that the principles of professional and ethical behavior listed in the ACA are not only the backbone for therapeutic practice, but they are also the foundation of the entire gamut of clinical assessment. One of the most important principles found in the ACA guidelines is that of autonomy. Reflected in sections E3, E4, and E10, autonomy in the area of assessment refers to the client's knowledge of the assessment process in its entirety and includes the legal and contractual rights and confidentiality regarding the release of assessment data. Through this principle and guideline, the therapist is reminded that much of the assessment trajectory, specifically the releasing of test results, ultimately falls under the sovereignty of the client. The second principle regarding the issue of harm, non-maleficence, is mirrored in section E1B and E2 regarding the commitment to client welfare and the counselor's ethical duty to avoid actions during the assessment process that could potentially bring harm. This includes mindful consideration regarding instrument diversity and therapist competence in assessment administration and interpretation. Counselors must ensure that the instrument chosen is one in which they have been properly educated and trained. One of the most important principles, beneficence, is echoed in section E6 regarding instrument selection. When choosing an instrument, the supreme duty of the therapist is to select culturally appropriate and scientifically valid instruments that promote the health and well-being of the client. The consideration of psychometric properties such as validity, reliability, generalizability, and cultural diversity are central to the principle and guideline, do all things for the good of the client. The importance of fair treatment regarding the personal and cultural issues of the subject is reflected in the principle of justice, as well as section E5, E8, and E9. Sheparis et al. Note that factors such as age, race, socioeconomic and educational level, gender, sexual orientation, religion, and issues surrounding disability are all able to positively or negatively impact the assessment process as well as the subject. As a result, the ACA reminds the therapist to remain cognizant of the individual subject and to ensure fair and equitable treatment throughout the entire assessment process. Various sections of the ACA Code of Ethics reflects the principle of fidelity surrounding assessment. Section E6 regarding instrument selection is directly connected to fidelity and the importance of honoring the therapeutic relationship by selecting the most appropriate, scientifically sound, and beneficial instrument. Additionally, Sheparis et al. Reminds the therapist of the importance of seeking consultation to both honor the client and to help avoid ethical and legal pitfalls in the realm of assessment. Lastly, veracity, as reflected in section E3, informed consent, is echoed in the mandate for therapists to report and share both the reservations and limitations of the chosen instrument's validity and reliability. Furthermore, veracity in section E3 remind therapists to be open and honest with clients from test administration all the way to data proclamation. My review of the ACA's ethical guidelines surrounding assessment presented no surprises and no deficiencies were found. As evidenced in the ACA guidelines, counselor awareness of the ethical, legal, and cultural aspects regarding assessment is inextricably linked to client care and best practice. As a result, I am grateful for the many opportunities to expand my awareness, deepen my knowledge, and ultimately enrich my future practice in this important area of assessment. Thanks so much, everyone.